Hi everybody. Today we're going to be doing an artist vlog. I still get a lot of questions about what supplies I'm using, what brands I'm using. So I thought it would be a good time to just go over what I have in my studio, what I use in my paintings, especially for beginners. I know that it could be a little like overwhelming to gather all of the supplies that you need for painting. And sometimes you don't know what all you need. So we'll just go over some of that stuff today. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on my notifications so you can get future videos first. And if you're returning back, thank you. Hi, how are you? So we're gonna jump right into it. It's gonna be a pretty short video. And I'll just go over some of the materials that I use. So come with me. So first we're going to start off with what kind of brushes to use. I use synthetic brushes. I don't spend a whole lot of money on my brushes. You guys, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get some really good brushes. So I know that Hobby Lobby has like packs of 10 or 8 brushes. You can get flats, you can get rounds. You can get, you know, all different sizes, and these packs don't cost that much. They typically run, you know, under $15 for a pack of like 10, and you'll get all different kinds. I'm trying to see, you'll get angle brushes, flats, filberts, rounds. You can get liner brushes, and these work perfectly fine. They're inexpensive. They work really good. They last a long time. Some of the brushes that I bought from Hobby Lobby in these little packs, like I've had them for a couple years, and they're still good brushes. So don't think that you have to go out and buy like these expensive $30 brushes or anything like that. Of course, the bigger you get, those brushes will be a little bit more. The only brushes that I do spend a little bit more money on are like my specialty brushes. So I have like rake brushes and different kinds of fan brushes. These are Princeton, and I get these from Dick Blicks. And the only reason why I buy these brushes is because I do a lot of pet portraits. So these help me with fur and, you know, getting some other kind of like effects. I have some flat brushes. I have all different sizes of these rake brushes, fan brushes, and things like that. But typically starting out, you probably will only need like a fan brush, and those will come in some of those packs of fine touch brushes that I told you about earlier. So yeah, don't stress yourself out about brushes. It'll be fine. Now, we'll get into the paints. I like to use golden acrylic paints. They're heavy body paints. They come in a variety of different colors. These can be a little pricey, only because they're pro paints. They're a lot more pigmented. Like this one is almost gone. But I have a whole little bucket of my pro paints, and these have lasted me for a very long time because they're so pigmented. Like they go really far. You can use them for like a tube of this will last me for months and months and months. So these are a little pricier. You don't have to get into those right away. You can get like student grade paints that work just as fine. The only thing about them is that they're a little less opaque. So I have a whole bunch of, wait, these are mixed in with the wrong one. I have a whole bunch of their Master's Touch, and you can get like this size, and you can get like maybe like 20 or 30 of these that'll come in a box, and it's about $20, $25 or something like that. But even these will last you for a very long time. They're small tubes, but they last for a long time. So you can get a starter pack of that to see what colors you like, to experiment a little bit, and you won't have to spend a lot of money. All of the colors that are in there, you might not even use all of them because there's so many. You can even get a pack of 36 and it'll have a lot of different colors in there that that you can test out and try out, but you're not spending a whole lot of money on them. You don't need to spend $200-300 on paint when you're just starting out. Just get some paints, test them out, try some different techniques and things like that. And if you want to move into pro paints later, you can do that. So these are really good to start off with. I remember when I first started painting again, I went like crazy with, but I wanted to buy every single color that they had, and to this day I still have a lot of those paints because you just don't need all of those colors. But they're good to experiment with, they're good to play around with, and yeah, so just do what you can afford. I promise you that these paints are perfectly fine, even though they're technically student grade. It just means that you might have to put an extra layer or something like that. You might use more paint than you would with a pro paint. So those are the paints. And like I said, this one is Master's Touch. My son and daughter-in-law got me a pack of acrylic paints for Christmas, and the company is US Art Supply, and you can go to usartsupply.com, and I don't know how much they paid for them or anything, but I really like the paints. They're really good. Master's Touch is good, Fine Touch is good, and you can get all of these at Hobby Lobby, and they're really good paints. So try those out. Next up is varnishes, and so when you're done with your painting and you want to protect the paint, you do want to put a varnish on it. I love a HighGloss varnish or a gloss varnish, and I usually use the one from Liquitex. I like that one. It goes on smooth. I love the shine of it, but you can also get it in matte if you like the look of a matte finish. So this is a big bottle of Liquitex. It costs about $35, $36, but this size will last you for a very long time. I mean, I don't know how many paintings you plan on doing, but I do a couple of paintings a day, and this will last me for months. So a little bit of it goes a long way. You don't want to put too much varnish, so all you need is this. Yeah, try it out. So it comes in matte and it comes in a HighGloss. Next we have a palette. Now this is a palette that I use, and I have to clean it, but you can put your colors in here. If you're done with the session and you still have paint in there, you lock it and it'll keep your paint wet for a while, at least a day. So I love this thing. I've also gotten into using palette paper. It's easy to clean up, especially when I'm doing like a small painting or something like that. You don't need too much paint, and I just tape it to my desk and I use that palette paper. You see me use those in my tutorials and my speed painting. So, but this thing I got from Hobby Lobby, and it was about $20, but it is worth its weight in gold because you will save your paint so well, and you don't have to worry about it. So that's that. I love it. I love it. There are also, you can get wood palettes, you can get plastic palettes that are clear or white. You can do all of that. The next thing you'll need is like just a jar for your water. This is kind of dirty, like the paint kind of stains it, but I buy these little mason jars at like Walmart or something like that. They only cost about maybe like $10 or something, but they come with 6 or 8, or you know, you can get them in 4s. They don't cost very much, and this is what I use to hold my water. I dip my brushes in, clean my brushes off in them. Another thing I use a lot is my water spray bottle. I'll wet my paints down. If my canvas is kind of loose, I'll spray the back of it, let it dry, then paint on it. It tightens up the canvas a little bit. Another thing, paper towels, or an old rag or towel just to dry your brush off on, just to get some color off of the brush after you dip it in water. I use it all the time, and yeah, that's how I keep my brushes clean. I'm trying to think, what else? I think that's pretty much it. So, like I said, there's not a whole lot of materials that you need. Notice that I did not list any mediums. I don't use mediums other than water to thin my paint, or you know, to blend with, or anything like that. I know a lot of artists use mediums. I just don't feel that I need them. I've tried lots of different mediums, and they just I was indifferent about them, so I just don't use them anymore. So I hope that this list of supplies helps you, kind of keeps you from being overwhelmed with what you need. If you have any questions, let me know. Tell me what your favorite supplies are. If you're an artist already, tell me what you have in your studio and what you use a lot. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.